You know, there are only two things more beautiful than a good gun. Swiss watch or a woman from anywhere. You ever had a good Swiss watch?
Doesn't anybody in this town like to swing?
The Morning Stream. 2 weeks? There's no such thing as 2 weeks in the news business. Hello, everyone, and welcome to TMS. It's the Morning Stream for April 3rd, 2025. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Well, hello, Scott.
Do you have that thing? Do you have that thing where you just hear his voice and you go, "He's not coming to Vegas," and I'm sad. You know?
Oh, Scott Fletcher, totally. Every single time. It's because I want an update on our three wackadoos that the three women and the dude. I guess it's four wackadoos that they use for all the plaza advertising. Because every year I get an update on. Well, Billy Romano was just released from jail, and that's where he got that brand new finger tattoo. And da-da-da-da.
Yeah, how are we going to get our updates? It's going to be sad.
Yeah, no, it's not fair. We're all shit out of luck. Is apparently the thing.
And a note that for those wondering why he's not there, it's not that he didn't want to come. He did, of course, but his daughter's graduating, big graduation from college. So, you know, family first.
Whatever. Like that's a once in a lifetime thing. Come on.
Yeah. What about the next 4 years? What are you going to do then? You're
exactly. Take a quick flight out on a Tuesday, come back that night, and you're fine. You're there the whole rest of the time.
Yeah.
What's the deal?
Yeah. What's the holdup, buddy? Anyway, we'll miss him.
Got to go to my nephew's graduation in May. I found out, and it's right in the middle of a week. You know, aren't they supposed to hold these things on weekends so people can? So it's easier for people to attend and not miss their 9 to 5 day jobs.
Is it a college one or a high school one?
High school one.
High school ones, I think they do that because I actually asked the same question because when Carter graduated, it was like on a Tuesday, which I thought was really jacked. And the lady there said they do that. They stagger it because there are just so many kids, and the venue they were using for these mass graduations, they had to
fight over all the schools, get which one gets it on what day and stuff.
Yeah, so I think that's it for that. College, I think you're probably safer for weekends, if I had to guess. But yeah, right. I didn't enjoy that at all. I did not like the high school graduation. The last one I've been to was Carter's, and I hated it. It was an awful experience. Nick graduated, but skipped his because he hates the pomp of it all. Just not a fan.
Hates the pomp and the circumstance.
Not a fan of that at all. So you got the F out of there. I in high school, you know, you thought I don't know. You think it's cool while it's happening, and just about a minute after it's over, you're like, "What was that all for? What did we do that? What did we sit there for 4 hours for?"
Yeah. Why do we have to learn 318 other kids' names just to see the one that we care about?
Yeah, I mean, I know the idea is to ingratiate everybody to everybody and have somebody speak and go, "Oh, that was a lovely speech by valedictorian Larry Bird," or whoever it was. I always said Larry Bird.
Right.
But I don't know, man. I just think they're kind of boring. But I look forward to you going because maybe you'll get a story. They always help the show.
I'm sure there'll be a story. Yeah, it'll be with Tina's mom, and this is Tina's brother's kids. One of his kids is graduating. Yeah. So we're going to be driving from Denver to Kansas City. With Tina's mom, and
go Chiefs.
There'll be a story. There'll definitely be a story.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How long of a drive is that at normal speed?
7-8 hours, I think.
Well, that's a long time with your mother-in-law in the car, isn't it?
It is a long time, yeah. And no stops in Hays, Kansas, unfortunately. But I mean, we could see Steve and Cleo while we're in Kansas City, but we're going to see them the week before in Vegas anyway. It's the week after Vegas. So
good point.
Yeah.
You're gonna have all the Kansas City you want already in Vegas. I get it.
We won't need any more Cleo and Steve. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we might hook up with them for lunch or something.
We skirted the drafting in, right? The NFL already happened, didn't it? The NFL draft? Did that already happen, or is it still happening?
No, it's going to happen. It always happens right around the time that we do TMS Vegas, and that's why we have to kind of make sure that it's not happening in Vegas, and then we move things. But I want to say it's late April.
Okay. So I think it might be the weekend before then or something. Yeah, I guess we can find out. We have the internet.
Saturday, April 26th. It is the Saturday before things start, and it's going to be in Wisconsin at Lambo Field. It's where the frozen tundra right there.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Cheeseheads and whatnot down there.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love it when we miss that.
Named after John Lambo, the guy who saved so many people's lives in First Blood Part 1.
Yeah, Lambo 2 is my favorite of all the Lambo movies.
Yes.
Anyway, it's us. It's a Thursday. We got stuff to talk about. I gotta tell you about a funny random actor sighting. I'm having this experience with background watching with the Andy Griffith Show.
Oh yeah, okay.
Where it's just back there running. It reminds me of being a kid on a after school, and they would run reruns or whatever. Sure. And I'm always surprised. I've seen Jed Clampett, aka Buddy Epson, on there. I've seen
oh wow,
the skipper from Gilligan's Island.
Oh really? Yeah. Alan Hale Jr.
Alan
Hale Senior. Yeah, I can't remember.
Junior, I think. And he was prior to the Gilligan's Island show, so it was kind of proto.
Oh wow.
But he basically acts exactly the same. He's like the skipper.
Little buddy, go.
He even calls Don Knotts little buddy at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
Sherwood Schwartz is saying,
Yeah, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Island, castaways, ding. Anyway.
I found my skipper.
So here's the cool thing. I got to blow this up and pull it out, but that sounds terrible.
Hello.
That sounded really bad.
Oh, that's Bill Bixby right there.
Yeah, see, I knew you'd recognize him immediately.
Absolutely.
Brian and I, it's impossible not to notice Bill Bixby because we grew up with Incredible Hulk and stuff.
We grew up with him with two big things for us were My Favorite Martian reruns and Incredible Hulk.
Oh, right. I don't know if I've ever seen the Favorite Martian show reruns ever. I don't think I ever saw it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. They're great. Yeah. Freaking Ray Walston, who looks the same age in those old TV shows as he did in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yep. Yeah, that dude never changed. He looked the same.
He never changed. He at the age of 25, he looked like he was 60 already.
Yeah.
And Life of Eddie's Father. See, that was the thing I never watched was Life of Eddie's Father.
Oh, geez, he got around. I didn't know what that was. I don't even know what that is.
Bill Bixby was all over television in the 50s and 60s. Yeah.
Well, he is all over this episode. He's basically this young punk kid of a very rich businessman who lives in whatever main city Mayberry's state is. I don't know what Mayberry state is. Is it Tennessee? I think. So
yeah, I think so. It's Kentucky.
Is it Tennessee? It might be Tennessee. Or sorry, is it Kentucky? Whatever it is. His dad's some big shot in the big city, and he gets pulled over by Don Knotts.
North Carolina. That's right, North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. Okay, he gets pulled over by Don Knotts and freaking Andy Griffith because they're out there doing patrol or whatever, and they stop him, and he's a big snoot going, "My dad will get me out of here in no time. You guys are the worst. Why don't we just take care of this now?" And he pulls out money to like pay off Andy, and Andy's not having it. He's not a corrupt cop. He's not going to do that. So anyway, I didn't know it was him at first because he's so young here. That I was like, who the hell is this guy? And then I hear this line.
You think you can butter me up, make me feel real good, and I'll ask my dad to go easy on you? Well, it won't work, so just forget it.
Wouldn't like me when I'm angry kind of moment.
It's totally the wouldn't like me when I'm angry voice.
Yeah.
You know, you look at him and if we didn't get him as David Banner because they were worried about the name Bruce.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's a gay name back then. It's so weird.
So dumb. If we wouldn't have gotten him as our banner, he would have been a great Peter Parker. If you look at him right there in that photo, like that is the Steve Ditko Peter Parker look right there.
You know what? Perfect. I mean, they weren't doing anything good with comics back then, but if they were, it would have been great. That's a good call.
Yeah.
He was. It was an interesting episode, and of course, by the end, he had a change of heart and saw Andy's way and became a better person before he left Mayberry. Yeah. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. Just wanted to share that. We got a message from Simon in the UK. Ooh,
cool.
That just feels like the perfect name for a guy in the UK, doesn't it? Simon.
Hello, my name is Simon.
Hello. He says, this is Simon from the UK. I was listening to episode 2775 where Lucky Phil came in and you basically said how North and South are something we made up. I'm meaning like, humans said what's North, what's South. Yeah, yes. Like all the stuff we do. He says, kinda, as a question mark, we base our directions on the plane of the solar system. All planets orbit on a similar plane. As to how we pick which is north and which is south, I don't know. Probably racism. That's great. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, where did those, was it Latin that Norte and Sud, or...
the law firm of Norte and Sud? I have no idea.
Norte and Sud, I mean, the Latin names. I think it's Latin. Or was it Greek? I can't remember, but...
It sounds about right. Sure.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you go back far enough... Then you could say, well, it's based. Let's say your answer is, well, they based it on the planes of the universe or whatever of the galaxy. Then you say, oh, okay, but how do they get to the planes? Well, they interpreted that by this. Well, how'd they name that? Well, it was the Greek or Latin root. This. Well, what was Greek or Latin? Well, that was a mess. That was a thing that came from the Mesopotamia. You could go all the way back, and at the end of the day, it's still us trying to describe our world. And to Bobby's point, which I think he may have touched on this. We were talking mostly about time, but I think we touched on this a little bit. It doesn't matter. It is what we call it. Yes, it's all arbitrary, but it's arbitrary because that's what we have. Nobody handed us a script and said, your planet will recognize longitude and latitude. Like, they didn't do that. We did it.
Right. But yeah, and Dr. Calhoun points out, and we should make sure we say this, is that it's not just the planes of the planets, it's also the center points by which we rotate, around which the Earth rotates. Like, once you get to the North and South poles, you can say, okay, these are the fixed points that the rest of the Earth rotates around. So this should be a pole, and this should be a pole. What should we call them? Fred and Ethel?
I like that. Fred and Ethel.
Larry and Joe. Yeah, Fred and Ethel.
Fred and Ethel would be amazing. They're underrated, by the way. Fred Mertz, underrated.
They are. No kidding.
Yeah.
I agree.
That guy was like 38 in that show. He looked 72.
He looked older than us.
It's so weird.
It's crazy.
Anyway, thank you, Simon. And it's a good point. Everything is made up, but it's also made up for a reason. And we try to get there through logical means, like you mentioned, the axis of the planets and the moon and all that. We don't just go out and go, well, yeah, we used to, though. We go out and go, the Eye of Sauron's looking at whatever the equivalent.
I mean, well, until we figured out that the sun was the center of everything. It was, the Earth was the center, and everything rotated around the Earth. So,
yeah.
What things do we think now that in 100 years, 200 years, 1,000 years, like we're going to live that long, like people are going to be around on this planet?
Sure feels like we won't.
Like this mold of humanity is not going to be eradicated from this this rock.
I don't think Mother Earth's got...
what things...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't think Mother Earth has the patience for us anymore.
No, I don't think so either. I think we're going too far too fast with stuff that is, I don't know.
Because she don't care, dude. This planet can go on.
No, Mother Nature she's got another plan, and guess what? Her plan is going to win over our plan.
Oh yeah, you could do tornadoes every 3 or 4 inches. She doesn't care. It's only going to affect us, right?
Yeah.
The rock keeps spinning. It's still hanging out. It's doing what it does. The sun can go away. All these we could all get sucked into a giant super black hole, turned into tiny particles, and stretch ourselves through all of time. They don't care. Why would nature care? It doesn't care. We're just flies on the back of a freaking giant toad.
Zero Fs.
That's right. Keep that in mind, everybody. Keep that in mind. So when people start talking all high and mighty about how awesome they are, remind them, you're a speck of dust.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Carl Sagan, tiny blue dot, tiny. No one knows. You can barely see it. You get out into the bigger piece of space, Earth doesn't even exist, really. Not in the larger scheme of things. So take comfort in that you're here at all. You got lucky. All
exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Anyway, back to the internet. DC Dark Legion got a message here. This is based on your conversation about that. This is a anonymous message. It says the person says,
"No, this is me talking. This is I wrote this so that I could." It's not anonymous.
My bad.
It's Brian Hibbett. I typed it.
My bad. I didn't see a name, so I assumed it was anonymous.
from yesterday. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about this thing because we touched on it very briefly yesterday. I think even post show we touched on it very briefly. But I've been playing this mobile game, cover yours, Stephanie, called DC Dark Legion. Kind of helped me take my mind off of other crap going on right now. But it's a blast. It's a little bit Fallout Shelter. It's a little bit Marvel Strike Force, Avengers Alliance, that sort of thing. You've got DC characters like your Superman and your Batman and your Wonder Woman and your Green Lantern and everybody. Like you get this whole long list of everybody. You collect them, battle them against each other, earn tokens that you spend on widgets that you save up to buy bazoinkuses and trade those bazoinkuses in for mystery vials or whatever. I mean, it's that kind of game. It's your typical we've come up with our own economy with 18 different methods of transfer.
Yeah, but, all those currencies. It's just gotcha 101. But if you like those games, it sounds like it's pretty good.
It's really fun, and there is some strategy involved with characters and character placement and things like that. I've started a Frog Pants League on there. We got a couple tadpoolers in there already, and it's on server Earth 301. So if you start the game, immediately switch your server to Earth 301, and then look for the Frog Pants League, and by joining, you get a whole crap ton of goodies and again, the fake pieces of money in this fake silly economy thing that they've got in here.
Bunch of made up currencies that don't even exist in the comics. So there you go.
Pretty much. But this first, the first week you play, you're going to get about 25 to 30 different heroes. So it's that initial rush of here's all the characters you need for the game. And
has they made it clear yet who the real rare ones are that you're trying to hunt down?
Oh, totally. Yeah, the ones with the red backgrounds. And of course, it's all the ones you want the most. It's Batman, Superman, Flash, Green Lantern. It's your ones that have a red background. Deadshot, Raven.
Okay, so some JLA adjacent, big names in there. Teen
Titans. Really, Raven is the only Teen Titan in this thing. There's not even Kid Flash or Beast Boy. Oh no, there's a Nightwing. So okay, Nightwing you've got.
Yeah. Beast Boy will come later, I guess. Who knows?
I'm sure Beast Boy has to be on the list. Starfire, give me some Starfire, some hot Starfire action.
Are they going to do alt stuff like here's the Silver Age version of Batman versus here's the modern one or whatever?
You do battle against some of these alternate versions, like there's a Bruce Wayne called the Devastator from another universe that I'm sure came from the comics.
What's the spiky head one? The metal one. Metal. Is that the guy?
Oh, well, there's one that's like, he looks like a rock. He looks like the Doomsday version of Bruce Wayne, if that makes sense. Like big and rocky, spiky.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, no, the one I'm thinking of, he's thinner. He looks a little like the Joker.
Metallic. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he's metal, meaning metal music. Like he looks like a rock star kind of.
Yes. Yeah, with like the thing over his eyes.
I forgot the run, but it was a Scott Snyder run. It was very good. People really liked it. Yeah, you're right. The band over his eyes had spikes on the eyes. Yeah. It was a very cool run.
So Devastator came out in 2017. Dark Knight's Metal.
That's it. That's more recent.
That's this one that's all spiky though. That looks like he's made out of rock and stuff. Here, I'll put it in our Discord.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking. I cannot remember.
You might be but I know who you're talking about. There was a Joker that looked like that, right? With like the metal punk looking.
Yeah, but he was kind of Joker, half Batman.
Or Joker, I mean, yeah.
Scott Snyder, metal Batman. Let's see if I can find this. It was called. Oh yeah, now I know the one you're talking about. Dark Knight's Metal, where he's actually like elemental metal, right?
Yeah.
The one I'm thinking of is just called Batman Metal. Okay. And this is him there. Here you go. He looks like this.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what
I want to collect. That shit. That's what I want.
Around his face.
I want him. Can I get him?
It's damn creepy.
It's a really cool run. That whole read is so good.
Really?
Yeah. The new Absolute's really good too. I wouldn't mind that being in there. So that they have an opportunity here, obviously, to do a bunch of alts and stuff. So
absolutely, they're doing it over in Marvel Snap with Captain Carter and all the different alternate heroes and stuff like that. So I assume that these guys will do it too.
Yeah, Batman Beyond and maybe. I mean, I guess the question is art style wise, will they get crazy or not? Probably not too crazy.
Sure, probably not.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, there you go then.
But anyway, it's fun. DC Dark Legion available for Android and iOS, and it's a lot of fun.
Earth 301 if you want to join the Frog Pants League.
Earth 301, that's correct.
We'll be in there today. We didn't mention it, but Val Kilmer passed away.
I know.
That was a huge bummer. And I had just seen, I don't know, a week and a half ago, I rewatched Tombstone. It's easy to forget how freaking good his role is in that. I was going to say we could talk about our favorite Val Kilmer movie, but I think that's just it for me. I can't think of another one that I prefer more.
Top Secret for me. My favorite non-Police Squad Zucker Brothers movie.
I love that one.
I do too. It's underrated. It's forgotten just because it's so I don't know, because it kind of doesn't follow that Police Squad series, and so people are like, yeah, whatever, what's that? I don't know.
Pretty sure it's the first time I saw him because I hadn't even seen Real Genius at that point. I did later, but
oh really? I think Real Genius was the first place I saw him, and you can't not love Real Genius.
Yeah.
As we watched that for something, didn't we?
Film. Well, I may have mixed it up. Maybe it was a Tadpole thing. I'm mixing those up a lot lately. I can't help it.
I know, you and me both. and when we did the thing with Nicole where we drew cards and then we had to pick a movie to watch that week based on those cards.
Oh, right.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah. That's how Recommendals was back in the day, right?
Right.
For a while?
Exactly. Yeah, we had those. I have the box of cards over there, but it was like, okay, we need a documentary about that features a bunny, or a rom-com that includes where a knife plays a big part, or something like that.
It's like yesterday in our film sack group, Randy goes, "We need to see Willow," and immediately my brain went, "No, we saw this, we did this." Yeah. And then I went and looked it up, and I was like, "Oh no, this was a couch party." Duh. Right. I'd do it again, though. I like him in that. It's fine. It's not his best movie. If we're looking for his best movie, it's not. Well,
I'm not saying best, and it's certainly sackable. Willow is, but man, if it's between the two, between Willow and Tombstone, I'd rather watch Tombstone.
In a heartbeat, I'd rather watch Tombstone.
Yeah,
I'll watch it, and I just watched it. I'm ready to do it again. Let's go.
I know. Really? Wow. Okay, that would be the one I'd be worried about. I was like, well, you just watched it. Okay?
I love that movie. I used to watch that on repeat when it was on VHS and then later DVD. It's one of my favorite movies, so I would be all in on Tombstone if we can convince the other two.
Brian Dunaway will do whatever. He's the most easygoing. My goal in life is to somehow at some point make Brian Dunaway yell at me for something.
I don't think I've ever had him yell at me. I've had him disagree with me, but never yell. I don't think he knows how. I don't think he knows. Sure. So nobody out there take advantage of Brian Dunaway. We're going to come after you. All right.
That's right. Exactly.
Me and Brian.
Only Scott and I can try to make him yell at us. Don't any of you try to make him yell
Exactly.
At
We're his friends. He'll understand. You? No. Don't do it.
No.
He's a nice, kind human being. One of the few left. We need to cherish him. What else? Brian, we got spots left in the video game tourney. Tell people how to get in there.
Yeah, I just heard from Chuck this morning. He said there are just two spots left in the video game tournament. I don't have the little arcade cabinet next to me, but this thing is going to be gorgeous. It is the best looking trophy we've ever done for the video game tournament, and it glows and it's incredibly sharp and cool looking, and it's going to have cool artwork all around it from Scott, but you're still going to see light through it. It's going to be very Tron looking, and it's going to be awesome.
Quick reminder, don't play Brian in Tron while you're there. He'll kick your ass. You were so good at Tron, it was embarrassing. I'll never do that again.
It's because I still remember, what did it was remembering the patterns for light cycles. That was all that it really was.
Yeah, but even with janky controls, you did it.
It's true in that
Yeah, he just nailed, and the thing with needed maintenance, and Brian still beat me. Freaking that was the quickest I ever fell out of the tournament was that year. 2 years ago.
I know. They should never put the two of us against each other in the first two rounds.
No, people
put us on opposite sides of the bracket.
Yes. Yeah, get us in the end. If we had a final game with the two of us, that'd be amazing.
I wouldn't want that because
I'd prefer it over earlier. Is all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay, that's true.
But yes, I would rather somebody.
But I'd rather have tadpoolers in the end.
Yeah. And they usually do, so it's all good.
Right.
So 2 more slots, guys. Get in there. TMS.Vegas, right?
And we've also got a Marvel Snap tournament that we're going to be doing at the same time. It's actually going to be going on at the same time as the board game of Palooza in the ballroom, which means that after you're done playing a game of Secret Hitler, you can play a game of Marvel Snap, move through the bracket, and be done for a little while. But if you're not coming to TMS Vegas and you still want to participate, there is a link in the Discord. Just go to the area that's got all the meetups, right? So the Las Vegas meetup, but right in that area, you'll see Marvel Snap Tournament. Sign up there. It's free. Who knows who you'll play against, but you will be contacted via Discord when it's your turn to play and who you're playing against.
Nice.
So you'll get your code that way of like, okay, friendly match against so-and-so. Might be me.
Yeah, it could be you. Who likely will be toward the end. I'm guessing you're one of the better players in our group. So we'll see.
Who knows? I think there's some good players out there.
Well, speaking of players who are people who may not be there but would participate in such things, swag only option going up soon. I got all the budget crap worked out, I believe. I'm going to do a quick double check of stuff today, but sometime today or tomorrow, you'll see pop up on the store the swag only option for those that want this cool challenge coin. By the way, we dodged a serious bullet with those challenge coins.
Really?
Because when we ordered them, I was told a price, it all fit, worked with the budget, no problem. They're coming out of China.
Okay. Oh, China.
Yeah. There is now a roughly 54% if you pile all the tariff crap together based on yesterday's new announcement that it's something like that. It's above 50% or 49.8%, whatever it is, somewhere in that range. I was going to have to eat so much cash if those had shipped 1 week later.
With the tariffs, you would have had to, oh my God. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So they're here. I almost feel like going upstairs and sitting on them.
You have them in hand.
Yeah,
oh, good.
They're here.
Okay.
They're here. So I would, if I could, I'd go sit on them like eggs and protect them with my life because it feels like I got lucky and nobody come near them. Anyway, so that's good news because we're not raising any prices on any of you. No tariffs for the community.
That's right.
From us. But yeah, we'll have that up soon and you'll be able to get the whole schmear shipped directly to you if you want them. I know, man. Sucks.
We didn't vote for this dumpster fire, folks.
No, I voted for
here. Don't vote for that dumpster fire.
I voted for the nice black lady. That's who I voted for.
Exactly. For the intelligent, nice black lady.
That's right. For the wonderful, way better than any of this shit. Don't send your emails. I'm not. Okay.
Yeah, we won't even acknowledge them.
Yeah, we're not even going to play with
it. With peace and love, we're going to choplift of that bullshit right into the bin.
And also, if you tell me you don't have buyer's remorse right now, I will not believe you. I won't believe you. You're lying to us. You're in a corner. I understand that's what people do. They lie and they get in a corner, but don't be coming to me about it. All right?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, let's get to some news. Go ahead.
Before we get to news, because we don't have Wendy today and we've got a call now segment or an answer now, we probably should give people enough warning now to let them start getting stuff for us to respond to for that segment.
Yeah, and it will be real time as well. So if we're saying something in that where you people want to go like, oh, I have an answer, what he's saying right now, well, it's in constant refresh, so we'll be able to get your latest, is the idea. So yes, twofold. Go there now to voicecast.app/TMS. If you've got stuff you want to ask today, you can do it either text or voice form. We'll play them in real time without any knowledge of what you're saying. Don't say anything rude.
30-second limit, Claire.
Keep it short. All right. I'll see the timer on it. I know how long they are before I play them.
Yeah.
And we'll do them in real time based on what you send today. And then if we're saying stuff that you want to respond to right then, we'll be checking for those as well. So it'll be like slightly delayed real-time calls. The old way of me trying to manage it all through Discord's a huge pain in my arse. So we're going to try this instead today and see how it goes. Because Wendy is not here today. Wendy is in, she's basically in catch-up mode because, she came here and that screwed up her schedule real bad. So now she's trying to get everything caught up and had to take a day. And I don't blame her one bit.
Nope, not at all. Had a correction call from Claire yesterday, correction voicemail or Discord message. And she completed the correction in the first 20 seconds of the recording and then proceeded to continue with the so just wanted to tell you that. And that's pretty much all I wanted to tell you. And what's my 56, 57, 58, 59 click.
Nice.
So
it's like the filibuster. She's doing the filibuster in the Discord.
The filibuster, exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, all right, let me ask you this. I'm going to put a name in the there you go. You see that name there?
I do.
Right above the news?
I do.
How would you pronounce that name?
Nadine.
Yeah, that's how I would pronounce it as well. But apparently in Pogue's land, that is Nadine.
Nadine, really? Nadine.
Nadine.
Yeah, Nadine. I mean, it's much more exotic sounding when you say Nadine.
It is. We're too used to, I'm going to go tell Nadine to put that in the old outhouse.
Yeah.
So that,
yeah. Nadine on the center stage. Put your hands together for Nadine.
Nadine.
Right?
Exactly. Yes.
Weird. I wonder how many other names are like that. Like, do you think your name, Brian, might be weird in another country? Like
Brian. Probably not.
Brienne.
No, probably not. Brian and Scott are pretty much pronounced the same way in every other country where there is a Brian and a Scott, I believe.
When I moved to Scotland, you guys got to let me in for free because my name is Scott. That's the rule.
Exactly. And when I moved to Brianland, then I want that same deal.
Where do you think the most concentration? Well, you know what your heritage is, so is there a lot?
Yeah, England would probably be the highest concentration of Brians.
Lots of Brians. Okay, I was curious about that. Yeah. Scott, I actually don't know with Scott. I think that's just my mom naming me a thing that has nothing to do with my Swedish background. I think she just was
you could have easily been a Billy since their bookcases are named Billy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could have an Allen wrench with me at all times. That'd be great.
That's right, yes.
All right, well, we're going to get to some news. We're going to inform as well as entertain, so sit back and enjoy the news. It's brought to you by...
Coverville today at noon, Mountain Time, twitch.tv/Coverville, if you want to listen. And you do, because Black Francis, or Frank Black, turns 60 this week. He goes by both names.
Jeez.
He's also the front man of a band called the Pixies. And so you're going to hear all your favorites. Monkey Gone to Heaven, Here Comes Your Man, Wave of Mutilation, Gigantic, Tame, a couple covers by Frank Black, including one of the Beach Boys, of all things.
Wow.
So
which one? Which Beach Boy? Would I know them?
Hang On to Your Ego, which was so when the Beach Boys came out with Pet Sounds, which is not just the best Beach Boys album, but one of the greatest albums of all time. I would put it in the top 10 greatest albums of all time, Pet Sounds.
What's a big one?
There was a song called I Know There's an Answer, written by Brian Wilson. Very, very optimistic sounding tune, great lyrics. He did an alternate version where instead of I know there's an answer, he does Hang On to Your Ego, and it's like a whole different song. Frank Black covered the alternate version, the Hang On to Your Ego song.
Nice.
But it uses the same melody, just different lyrics.
That's awesome.
And,
I didn't know that at all. I know that song, but I didn't know there was an alternate version of that.
Yeah.
That's
I like personally, I prefer the I Know There's an Answer version, but of course, it's kind of cool when you know somebody really likes a band when they cover a deep cut by that band, or a B-side, or an alternate version, or something like that. So Frank Black, clearly a Beach Boys fan.
If I'm in front of my slightly racist mother-in-law, I'm going to refer to him as Black Francis because her name is Francis. And
sure.
I think that'd be a fun little juxtaposition for her and say,
absolutely.
"Hey, how do you like Black Francis?" And she would just, I know the face she'd make at me just saying that unseen, just
those
like
two words in the same sentence. Oh my gosh.
She's not like raging racist, but she's got that kind of racist.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway,
that's Coverville at noon today. I will be playing. I don't know what there's a whole new in-game event. So we'll be playing with the brand new Captain Carter card and maybe maybe the other new card. Who is it? It is. Shoot, can't remember. But there's another new card that works well with Captain Carter, so it might be the game today.
Get in there and get your snap on.
Get your snap on.
First story here: babysitter checking for monsters. You know, we're trying to help the kid feel okay about there's nothing under your bed. Let's check for monsters.
Read you a story, tuck you in. Okay, I'll check under the bed for monsters.
She found a dude in there.
Oh my God.
She found a man hiding under the bed. This is the worst idea ever. A babysitter in Kansas found a troubling surprise after a child she was watching complained that there was a monster hiding under the bed. The babysitter found a man under the child's bed after they attempted to show the children there was nothing under there. The Barton County Sheriff's Office said in a statement on Wednesday, quote, "She came face to face with a male suspect who was hiding there," says the sheriff. Good Lord. Sheriff's deputies arrived on the home. Blah, 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 I don't need to read that. They were called about this disturbance. Excuse me. The babysitter told the deputies that when the man was discovered, there was an altercation. I would think so.
I imagine there would be. Yeah, he's not going to say, "Well, crap, you found me."
All right, you're it, and then runs.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't think it would work that way. The babysitter and child were knocked over during the scuffle, and the suspect fled. The following day, deputies spotted the man while they were in the area looking for the suspect. He ran after a short pursuit. The deputies did catch him. Martin Villalobos Jr., age 27, was arrested and booked in the Barton County Jail on multiple charges, including aggravated kidnapping and child endangerment. Sheriff's office said Villalobos is being held on $500,000 bond. That's a pretty penny.
Yeah, no kidding. Good.
He has to.
Let's see you get out of this one, Villalobos.
I think he's screwed.
Wolfhouse. Martin Wolfhouse.
Yeah, he's hosed. He's done.
He is.
Don't be doing that. But they didn't get to motive here. We don't know if he was like some kind of creepy pedo guy. Right. We don't know if he was just a drunk guy or trying to rob the place.
What he might have done after the
we don't know.
Went out.
We don't know what his motive was, but I hope they find out and never let him near anyone again. That guy's weird.
Yeah.
Our next story starts with the line, "I promise I don't gravitate toward these things, people, okay? I promise it's not a goal of mine to find stories like this."
Okay, sure. Okay.
It really isn't. I'm just looking I'm looking for stuff that, that might entertain as well as inform. Anyway, this headline starts with, quote, "It's a lot of pee," unquote. Man has no idea who is putting gallons of urine in his recycling bin or why.
Yeah.
Also, recycling bin.
Yeah, unless you're Kevin Costner at the beginning of Waterworld, you are not recycling pee.
No, and in that case, it's what, like a little tomato plant or whatever the hell he had?
Right, yeah.
So ain't no recycling bin.
Don't eat those tomatoes.
No. There are two pieces, there's two kinds of fruit you don't ever eat. Kevin Costner's tomato plant, so that it's a fruit, don't eat that.
Sure.
And then whatever was growing in the tree at the end of Furiosa, I won't spoil it. But whatever that fruit was, like she took it in and gave it to some of those many mothers, and I thought, all right, in that world maybe this makes sense, but in the other world, you don't want to give people fruit made out of that that's been fertilized by that,
Sure. Yeah. No.
I just watched it again. I love that movie. Gosh dang it, it's so good, dude.
This fruit tastes Australian.
Is it Thor's Day? I need fruit on Thor's Day. All right. I hope that didn't spoil it for anyone who hadn't seen it.
No, I don't think so.
A man.
A year. People. It's been over a year. People can see this.
That's right. Our 2 weeks are up. All right.
Yeah.
Also, it's on Netflix right now or Max. Both of them have Furiosa, and even if you saw it in theaters and you were so overwhelmed by it that you felt like maybe you didn't quite get it, even I, who was ready for everything and loved it in theaters, my second and third viewing have been glorious. I like it even more now. Okay. I like it so much that I rolled right into Fury Road, of course, this last watch.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to go again. That's how much I enjoyed it all. They need to make more of these. What I really want is for George Miller to strike a deal with like some prestige studio, HBO or whoever can do it, tell Zaslav to keep his hands off it, and do prestige television anthology series. Every season is a different side story in the world of Mad Max. And tell me more of these stories. Have more history man, history woman stories. these apocryphal tales and just give me some amazing. You got to have a good budget. You got to have the right people in charge. But I believe in them, and I think it can be done. All right. He's not going to live forever. You're not going to have George Miller filming these for the rest, for in his 90s. It's not going to happen.
That's right.
So do
we're
this.
Getting closer and closer to that Alien Earth series.
Yeah,
isn't that
Josh
next
Hawley.
month?
Yeah, Josh Hawley series. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Taking a break from the old Fargo and doing that. I think it's June.
Oh, the summer. Sorry.
Is it July?
The summer.
Okay. Is it July or am I thinking later than that?
I'm looking to see.
Could have sworn I heard July, but maybe not.
Right now everything's just saying the summer of 2025. But
I'm so ready, dude.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that. You people don't even know.
No, you and me both.
This is the whole, all you had to do. Like, if you were telling me there was an Aliens show coming and I didn't know Josh Hawley was in charge, I probably wouldn't care that much.
Noah Hawley.
Noah, why do I keep saying Josh? Oh, he's the shitty senator.
Don't say Josh Hawley. He's the bad Hawley.
He's a piece of shit. I don't like him at all. No, sorry. Wait, is it Josh? No, it's Noah. Noah Hawley taking a Fargo break. He's so good. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Anyway, a man living in Portland, Oregon. We got
lots of pee in your recycling bin. That's where we started this train wreck.
We got people in Oregon, listeners in Oregon. Tell us what you think. This Oregon neighborhood is wondering who is putting gallons of urine in this recycling bin and why. Alex Van Duyn? I don't know.
Sorry, I was pulling up the indie. Alex Van Duyn. No, probably not. It's probably
silent Y?
Probably. Jeez, which letter would be silent? D-U-Y-N, folks.
Yeah.
Here, you tell us.
Yeah, Alex Van Duyn. And the guy on YouTube won't have an answer for us. I believe this is said.
We are looking today at the last name of a man who discovered pee in his recycle bin. Done?
Done? Is it just done?
Claire says done, and the easiest way to avoid a correction is just to go with whatever Claire says.
Yeah.
It may be wrong, but if you go with what Claire says, you eliminate a 60-second correction call.
Maybe it's Irish origin or something. I don't know. It seems like one of those weird Celtic-looking deals.
Yeah, it totally does, yeah.
My wife, this is funny, the other night, Kimberly Johnson was in bed with me, and we were, she was on her phone, and I suddenly hear that guy going, what do we do?
Really?
And I went, what are you looking at over there? And she hands me her phone, and it's him doing one of those cooking things he does.
Oh, the things that's not a pronunciation. Thing.
But he talks exactly the same. He's still like weird. And it really threw me off. And she goes, why is this familiar to you? And I go, he's this guy that Brian and I always run into when we're trying to find a pronunciation on the show. And he has this very popular YouTube channel where it's just him saying how words are said. And also all this filler of him going, hello, instead of just saying it. You know what I mean? Yeah. She thought that was...
because he's so used to that.
She thought that was great. She wrote down something he made she wants to make or something. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll try it. Let you guys know what we think of it.
It sounds good, but we have no idea how to pronounce it.
We have to look it up. We have to hear him do it. Well, anyway, so he goes to this blue bin. He noticed that they didn't collect his recycling. So he goes to the thing, opens it up. Lo and behold, there was a nice deposit, a gallon-sized bottle of urine, or multiples of those. To put it plainly, there were 6 of them, he says. The rectangular hauler refused to take the bin's contents because urine is a biohazard. I mean, duh.
How did the recycling hauler know that it was urine?
They had to go...
Exactly. Ooh, someone's not getting enough iron.
Yeah. I mean, there's only 2 ways to do it. One is just assume it is, like this yellow liquid.
Because of the color, sure.
Yeah, or the other way is to smell it, I guess. I mean, that's gross.
Yeah. Maybe just, maybe somebody wasn't super careful and some got on the outside and you could just smell it in the bin. It's like, oh, that's pee.
Yeah.
Move on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger learning for the first time that pee wasn't from your stomach and colon and all that. I mean, it was from your bladder, but it was from your blood. I didn't realize it was just filtered water.
It's faintly yellows because if you dilute, the the used blood cells and stuff enough, then then it starts looking yellow. Is that the thing?
It's something like that. Yeah. And I didn't know that when I was younger. When someone told me that, I did not believe them for a long time. I was like, that sounds crazy. Are you telling me I got pee in my blood? Like it just didn't compute until later, and then I realized, well, there is science here. I probably could have looked that up when I was a kid. Freaked me out though. Anyway, the mystery man did not stop, kept dropping off these bottles, just kept showing up. And so he stopped putting his bins out on the curb, hoping the guy would quit. And he did, but he moved on to the neighbor. So the neighbor now started getting it.
He just now is putting his pee bottles in the neighbors. He's just going to make his way down the street.
Yep. And he says what I would think, which is this. He says, I don't know, this is a quote, I don't know why he's hitting the same location so many times. That doesn't make sense to me, or why he's doing it. Yeah, why would it, what is it you're doing?
Yeah. Because it's not like it's somebody who's living in a park nearby or something like that. It is somebody who's driving there, putting the pee bottles in the bin, and then driving away.
Yeah, I would ask, where are the cameras? Has anyone got one? No one's filming this, first of all. Second of all, it may just, somebody's literally taking the piss. Somebody is pulling a joke here, right? Now, I've watched Trailer Park Boys, and there's a concept in the Trailer Park Boys called piss jugs, where what they'll do, what's his name? Ricky's dad will pee in a bunch of jugs, and then when someone's coming to take over their part of the junkyard or something, they'll throw them like bombs. So they'll throw piss jugs at the opposition to keep them away. So there's a concept there. But I don't think this is that. I don't know what this is. It's pretty nuts. But, of course, this got shared on Nextdoor. People have opinions and theories. Nobody knows who's doing it or why. So there you go. Ugh. See, that was an important news story there for everybody.
It was, absolutely. It got us places. Claire, I don't want to give all the attention to Claire in today's episode, but she says, I'm just surprised yous have recycling.
Why?
Like us in America that we have recycling?
Look,
are we
the stereotypes? I get it. The like kind of like we do for Russia, or
we need a band to shoot our guns at. We need a blue target to shoot our guns at.
Yeah, it's easy to go overboard over there, just like it's easy for us to go overboard about the Irish and the Lucky Charms and the.
Wait a minute, your kitchen faucets don't just pour out straight grain alcohol? Wow,
what?
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah, that would be gin coming out of your faucets.
It's not just Lucky Charms everywhere.
As you guys drink.
Yeah. All that drinking you do.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? I don't remember now.
Portland, Oregon is a very liberal area. That is, if there's gonna be recycling, it's gonna be in Portlandia.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sure. I mean, it's all over the place, obviously, but there's the people in Portland will definitely use those blue bins for recycling.
Yeah, in this house, my wife and daughter are hardcore. They'll go.
Yeah,
like if I put a can, like an aluminum can, in the wrong thing, they come after me. I'm in trouble.
Yeah, you better. Good.
Yeah, because sometimes I'll forget which ones. The ones up there are kind of hard to tell the difference between. So sometimes I'm just absent-minded and I toss it in there. And if Carter sees that, I'm lucky to be alive, honestly, because she'll kill you. She'll cut a bitch, as they say.
I don't blame her. Yeah, same here. Yeah, we're like that when like Tina and I are both. We even if we get something from like a take-home box, right, from a restaurant, after we eat the food in there, if it's cardboard, then we actually rinse out the cardboard before we put it in the bin, because food waste is bad in the recycling. Like we're pretty hardcore. And when Tristan and Kay come over, they drop their Dutch Brothers plastic cups in the trash. We're like, hey.
Dude, Dutch Brothers is about the only coffee I've tasted that I actually kind of like. Just side note.
Yeah, because it's a milkshake restaurant disguised as a coffee shop.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's very like
so damn good.
Yeah. Oh. Like who is it? KT Data. Kevin is a hardcore black coffee guy.
Oh, really?
I didn't know this, but we were talking about it at dinner the other night, and just likes to take it black, like Tom Merritt does. Same thing. And
I can't do it. Straight black coffee.
I could. Yeah. I don't. There's no way.
Too bitter for me.
And he's like, I think it was Chuck who said it's the essence of life or something. Yep. I'm like, no, it's like dirt, hot dirt, water. Bah. Can't do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for all those. We're going to come back in a minute with this call now, voicemails and texts read in real time. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. Head on over to voicecast.app/TMS to let yourself be heard today. We'll answer any of your questions unless you're being a dick, and then we won't. That's just your standard warning. Before that, though, a song that Brian brought from his vast collection of music. What are we playing?
Yeah, we're going to an artist called, or she performs under Daughter of Swords. This is a North Carolina, so close to Mayberry, singer-songwriter named Alex Sazer Manning. They've also released music with bands Mountain Man and the A's. Their solo debut, which was called Dawnbreaker, was a folk record that was released in 2019. But this is a little bit more poppy, alternative-y, indie, which is perfect, obviously, for the middle of the deal here. Again, coming from the upcoming album Alex, here is Daughter of Swords and Talk to You.
Me bet $1 silver.
$1 silver? Why, that's 3 days' pay.
I happen to like celery.
And we're back. Who was that again?
That was Daughter of Swords from the album Alex, the upcoming album Alex, and a song called, April 11th. Yeah, comes out April 11th on Psychic Hotline Records. So get it next week, but that is the song Talk to You.
It's like 8-9 days is all or something.
Week from tomorrow.
Week from tomorrow.
Pick up the full album, but this is so good. I'm really liking it, and she likes cats because she's got a picture of a cat next to her. This was a one I had to get used to because her pronouns are she and they. So she goes by she, but not her. She goes by they.
What's that? How's that work? Or why is that people
you say
genuine
their
question.
album comes out, as opposed to her album, you say their album comes out on this day, but she has recorded new songs for it.
But why? I guess what I'm asking is why that distinction? If the she,
right? Why not a she and her or a they and them?
Yeah, because I thought the her and she were the interchangeable use cases for whatever the context of the sentence was. So I don't get that one. That's a different one. I'll say that.
Right.
It makes it harder for me to remember all this shit. I'm trying. I'm trying. It's hard. Anyway.
Well, Stephanie says it's she, her, and they, them. No, I would disagree. Here, I will screenshot this this opening thing to give to Scott to put on the screen. You can see that it's just saying that either is okay.
Is that what that means? Wouldn't they say that? Okay, here it is. Daughter of Swords, solo project, North Carolina, Alex, they/she, who's also created. So is the she imply that her is always available too? Like it's just built in, and they and them is built in? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So basically, I mean, Tally is absolutely correct. She says, no, just listen to the effing trans person. We're overthinking it. It just means not him. Don't use the pronoun him. You can use they, them, she, her, but not him.
Yeah, but I understand, Tally, I get it. But I'm telling you, when I'm in a conversation with somebody, I want to say it right. And if it's vague like this, I'm going to get tripped up. All right?
Sure.
That's just how it's going to go.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, somebody said it was short form earlier, and I didn't understand what you meant. Okay, so short form just basically means it's she, her, and they, them. So for short form, they just do.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, I didn't understand. You guys were saying short form. I didn't understand what you meant by short form. It's like
I've never been given a form that was short. That they're all too long.
It's all long form.
It's all long form for me. My colonoscopy, long form. Dentist, long form. Always long form.
Thank you for educating us. This is how we learn.
Yeah, so we don't know. We don't know. Yeah. That's why we're here. All right.
Exactly. Yep.
Let's do the call now that we mentioned. I forgot to open it. I'm going to open it now. Here we go. Oh man, bunch of new messages.
Oh, good. Okay.
Let's play this one. This looks like it's from Lydia. Let's see what Lydia has to say. Here we go. Whoops. Here we go.
Hi, Brian. This is Lydia John Bauer in Arizona right now. We're wondering if you heard about the Beatles audition tape discovered in Vancouver record store. Check it out.
I'm sure this is on your daily music headlines.
Yeah.
Right?
This I think was a top headline that day because, this dude. Oh my God, this is so cool. This dude runs this independent record store in Vancouver, and he gets people dropping stuff off all the time, giving it to him to either check it out or sell or whatever. And he bought a box that contained a bunch of reel-to-reels. One of them said Beatles demos 1960s, and so we thought, all right, well, it's just like a a copy of some Beatles demo recordings like they had on the anthology CDs that came out in the 90s.
Okay.
He finally gets around to listening to it last week, puts it on the old reel-to-reel, winds it through, hits play, and realizes it is not Beatles demos. It is the Beatles audition tape for Decca Records.
Whoa.
Back in 1962, before they signed with Parlophone and George Martin. Decca passed. Decca said, not for us. We'll pass.
Dipshits. Those guys are dipshits.
Yep.
Stupid, man. Don't. Oh, there was your one chance. Jeez.
Exactly. Oh, poor Decca Records. But so this is like a 15-song audition, and the dude's been nice enough to put a couple of the songs online for everybody to hear, which is very generous. Like, he could put it behind a paywall and make a bunch of money, but doesn't sound like he's interested. He says, if Decca reached out to me, I'd sell them a copy back. But if Sir Paul McCartney wanted this, I would be happy to personally hand it to him if he came to my shop.
Oh, wow. That's the way. That's the way I think I'd do it too.
That's the way I would do it too. He's like, I'd make a copy for myself, and then I'd hand the master to Sir Paul.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But don't give it to Ringo.
No.
With peace and love.
No.
Actually, Ringo wouldn't have been with them, I don't think, because 62 would have still been Pete Best.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that deep into it. Man, they really weren't the Beatles as the final Beatles for very long, were they? Not really. Not like most bands.
No. I mean, 64 to 69, 70. So
that's crazy.
I know, you think about that band and you think, oh my God, what a long tenure they must have had as the Beatles, as Ringo, Paul, George, John. Maybe it was 64 or 63 that Ringo locked in, but still 7 years where they were around and cranked out 13 studio albums. And
I mean, it's a hell of a body of work, but it's such a brief amount of time compared to most anything else. Like the Rolling Stones have lived 7 Beatles runs or something,
right?
Or have existed for that long. It's crazy.
And they it's under 125 actual released studio songs that they released. So obviously there's a ton more of past masters and covers and things like that are out there, but
that's
62
wild.
Claire says Ringo joined in 62, so he might have been in that recording. But
all right.
Yeah,
Claire, are you our resident Beatles for sure expert? Is that what's going on with Claire?
I did not know that if she was. Wow,
goodness gracious. All right,
with peace and love. Yes,
not bad for a Gen Z. Let's play this one. Oh, and I didn't even do this earlier. I meant to, but I'll do it now. We have a theme for this.
Call now.
There you go. We got this. Yeah. They got this right here. Let's play this one. I don't know who this is.
Hi. When you started using the voicecast.app, I called in helping you test it and said fart gas. And you were wondering who that was. And I'm just here to tell you that my name is... Wait, hold on. I'm going through a tunnel.
No name? Oh, left us hanging, man.
They got us. Wow, nice. All right, good.
All right, I'll take it. Whatever you got. Here's one, I believe, from Claire. So this will be interesting. Okay. Is this all in caps when she says it?
Feel free to cut it off.
Hi guys, it's Claire here. I'm talking really fast so that I don't use all the time, but have you ever tried Vietnamese coffee? Okay, love you, bye.
Vietnamese coffee.
Oh wow! I'm glad you got that. That was under 10 seconds. It sounds like. Well done.
That was super short. That was maybe 4.5, 5 seconds.
Use that as a template, Claire. That should be your new template.
Yeah, if you can do it, then we're here for you.
Right.
I've never tried coffee from Vietnam. I have no idea what that's like.
I've had Vietnamese coffee, and not just Vietnamese beans, but their Vietnamese style of coffee, which is. What do they put in it? It's like I need to look it up. It kind of turns a little orange, if I'm remembering correctly.
chat, she says it's uses condensed milk, which is effing class.
Milk, yeah.
Yeah. Is that good?
It's class. Condensed milk is the best. I mean, that's what your dulce de leche and stuff like that.
It's great.
Yeah.
Make you all farty, but it's good. It's good stuff.
Exactly. Yes. Don't give me one of those before I have to go walk the grounds at Snowbird,
No.
or else you're going to see me looking off at the distance at giant pictures of Steve Young as I leave and rejoin the group.
Here's a call for our segment Call Now.
Call now.
Which is, looks like it's Ian, because I do see their name, and I can see that it's switched 2 questions. So let's see what he has to say. 28 seconds of Ian, I guess. It's not too long.
Hey, guys, it's Ian. Hopefully you haven't already answered this question, but are you planning on getting a Switch 2 at launch? And if you are, and you don't already have Nintendo Online Plus expansion pack, are you looking to upgrade, considering the free Switch 2 upgrades included with that plan now, and the GameCube games that are going to be on Switch 2? Love the show, though. It's too early for a fish sandwich?
Yes. It's too early for a fish sandwich.
It is. So that's the second question.
Yeah. There are 2 questions there. We've already answered the second. In the first case, yes. Even if so here's the question. If I didn't have Core and had a need for review and all that, would I be doing it? And the answer is yes, but maybe not as soon. I would probably wait a little bit of time. But I am going to try to pre-order it as soon as I can. The Wraith in the chat says wait for the Switch 2 OLED. I mean, that's probably coming, but I'm not that worked up. But
it'll probably be like 18 months down the line at the earliest, so I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and a lot more money. My guess is you're looking at $800 for if they end up with an OLED, it'll be around $800, $850. But I think I am for the show. If I wasn't, I'd probably say, wait till Christmas or find an equivalent art project that will pay it out, so I don't have to budget it or whatever.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm doing. There, I think of a certain project that I have coming up that's like, I will do that client's 3D modeling project, and that money, boom, will just go right to the Switch 2.
Yeah.
And so I'm also planning on ordering at launch, but if you were to say, can you afford it right now, Brian? I'd be like, no, I really can't. I cannot. Do not have it right now, but
to his other point, the Switch Online Plus expansion thing, which will now include, like he said, GameCube. They already added to that Genesis, GBA, SNES, and NES are already on there. But those classic games are really important to me, so I absolutely will be doing that. And I have a feeling with the mouse control of those Joy-Cons that DS games are coming at some point. They didn't announce it officially, but I think that those are probably going to be on that service as well. So,
sure.
Yeah, so I am very much interested in that. Some people yesterday asked me, do you think that this is the most expensive, even with inflation, this is the most expensive Nintendo hardware they've ever released? And they're right, it is. This is closer to what the PlayStation 3 was at launch, things like that. Mm-hmm. And the question was, is this based on these tariffs or anticipation of these tariffs? And I think a little bit of it is. I think Nintendo's hedging their bets a bit, and I think these are probably around 50 more than they would have normally released them for. I think they would have aimed for $399, $450, if I was to guess. But anyway, more on that on Core later. But yeah, I hope, it looks great. Whatever. The Switch was a huge success. Stoked about this. I'm more, what I'm most stoked about, Brian? All the Switch games I didn't have time to play that will be forward compatible, and I'll get to play them there.
Totally. On a much bigger screen. That was the thing with the latest Zelda, not the latest Zelda, not the one where you actually play as Zelda, but Tears of the Kingdom. I could only play that when it was hooked up to a display because it just wasn't good enough to play it on the little tiny screen. But this is a bigger screen, higher resolution. So this one I can feel like I can play those really complex games. And I don't mean a Plex server. I mean complex games.
Yeah. Although maybe one day it'll support that too. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, you can already... Isn't Netflix already a thing that you can...
They got games, yeah. You can do... Actually, the Switch never got Netflix.
Oh, never got Netflix? I could have sworn there was an icon for something.
No, it never did. It's weird. I think the last official Netflix app that came to a Nintendo device was probably the Wii, maybe the Wii U. I can't remember if the Wii U had it, but the Wii definitely did. And then they didn't this whole generation, which to me was kind of crazy. I don't know why they didn't do it. Anyway, more here to read.
Call now.
This is a text from Saznak.
Okay.
Which I love that name. Hi,
is that
Scott.
Kansas backwards?
Oh. Yeah, it is. Wonder if that's what this means. It might mean that. It says it's Nick Saznak 9. Maybe it's Kansas 9. Or is that Kansas 6 because the 9 gets
Well, reversing the 6 doesn't turn it to a 9. You got to flip it.
You got to flip it, yeah. Or put a line under it so we all understand. Hi, Scott and Brian. In reference to yesterday's episode 2803, you were discussing the correct plural form of tortoise versus walrus. A grammatical fact is that the plural form, or it says I plural form, is used with words ending in a us sound. So, for example, cactus becomes cacti. It is also correct to use the normal es, though. While it is in some contexts, we just say things like genesises or walruses. Rarely use walry.
Yeah. Octopi.
Octopi?
A group of octopus, you'll say octopi.
Yeah, I think it's just about what people normally, and this is what he says at the end. People are just...
Hippopotami, I guess. Yeah.
Hippopotam... Well, it's not like moose, right? With hippopotamus. You don't say that. That lake is full of hippopotamus.
Oh, actually, would you? Would you say hippopotamus?
I don't know.
As a plural.
They have those up. They have those in Estes Park, hippopotamuses up there, not just moose.
Right.
That was more of a question, but anyway. Thank you, Nick Saznak 9. We appreciate your message. Here's one from Dr. Calhoun in audio form. Let's see what he has to say.
Hello. This is, I just want to correct fewer versus less. Fewer is if you can count it. Fewer people. Less is if you can't count it. There is less water, less air. In general, most of the time when you say less, you should probably be saying fewer.
Gotcha.
Love the show, though.
So, like, less, there are less people in the mall than usual, or there are fewer people in the mall.
There are fewer people in the mall, because you could count those people. So fewer, you would say, fewer people in the mall, but you would say there's less air in Colorado than there is in Florida because of the altitude.
Right.
And less oxygen or whatever, yeah.
Right, but because you can't quantify that, that's why you would use that, because it's not countable, whereas you can count how many people are in the mall.
Because you can count him, I guess we now have a listener named Fewer in Prague.
That's right.
So, hello, Fewer. Hope you're enjoying a nice, delicious ale.
Yeah, not Führer. We want to make that clear. Definitely not Führer.
No, definitely not Führer.
No. Here's one from Serenix. It's a written one. He says, "Good morning, Scott and Brian. But love the show though, Sean Serenix. That's it, just but. Like
just but. Okay.
Like BUTT, the double T.
Yeah, like what Nick put on the school lunchroom announcement board or whatever it was.
I feel like that's maybe the reference here, but I'm not sure. So if that's what you mean, Sean, we appreciate it. Nick would be pleased with what you've done.
Yeah.
This one's a call. Let's see what we got here. No name on this one.
Hey, Scott. I haven't heard you guys talk at all about the new Looney Tunes movie that came out. It's awesome. You guys got to go see it. And you haven't talked at all about the movie Hundreds of Beavers, which is also just as funny as a Looney Tunes movie. Get on it.
Okay. I think he's joking, because isn't that Acme thing, it just got sold. Nobody's seen it yet.
It's apparently playing at the Westminster Promenade at 1:05 p.m. today.
Which one? Hundreds of Beavers or the other one?
The Day the Earth Blew Up, the Looney Tunes movie.
I didn't know this was a thing. This is a thing?
I didn't know it either. Yeah, it came out March 14th.
I want to see this. Where can I see it? I love Looney Tunes.
Oh my God. Yeah, look at that.
It's reviewed well. I see Porky Pig and Daffy Duck going on, 88%. Oh, see, I thought he was talking about the Acme thing, the Will Forte movie that got canned by Zaslav.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, this is the whole thing. Yeah,
or Coyote versus Acme, yeah.
I want to see this. This looks great.
Yeah, this looks good.
Is that Adam Driver?
Who's in this? Who's voiced in this?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got... Okay, for the animated one, I don't recognize any of these people. But for...
Peter McNichol.
Really?
Are you talking about for the Day the Earth Blew Up the Looney Tunes movie?
Yeah. Peter, you're right. Yeah. Peter McNichol, Fred. Who are the rest of these people? I don't know who. Lorraine Newman.
Lorraine Newman from Saturday Night Live. Wayne Knight.
Yeah. All right, bring it on. I'll watch this. Yeah. I love Looney Tunes.
Rachel Butera, we know her from stuff.
For me, this is mostly about how's the animation.
Yeah, right.
Because that's always concerns me.
It's got to look and feel like the old Looney Tunes stuff. You remember how the new Charlie Brown stuff it feels soulless compared to the old.
Yeah, anytime they try to like reboot Tom and Jerry, it just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying they can't do it. I need them to.
And then the Beavers thing, was it called Hundreds of Beavers?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I thought it was Hundreds of Beavers. Oh, this is the one with shirtless guy, isn't it? No, that's a different thing.
Oh, this is the one where we talked about the poster though, because we were talking about that old school Jack Davis style
Animal
poster.
House. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen this yet. Is it good? It's got 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. It must be good.
Holy cow, no kidding.
All right. I'm kind of coming around to remembering us talking about this. I kind of remember the discussion, but I didn't rush out to do anything. Is this streaming anywhere?
I don't know.
I can't find it. I'll look for this later. That sounds great.
Okay. Yeah.
Hundreds of Beavers.
Sure.
All right. Well, there you go. I thought you were dicking with us there, caller, but you weren't at all.
Apparently not.
Okay. Let's do a refresh.
Call now.
See what we got now. Here is one from. I don't know who this is. Let's find out. Okay. Oh. My bad. It's muted for some reason. Here we go.
Oh no. I was gonna send a message, but this audio doesn't seem to test. Hopefully you're playing this on the air.
I think that was Monica.
It was Monica. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the
yeah. That one sounded weird.
Microphone?
Yeah. Here's TV's Travis, it says in the subject, so this will be fun. Let's see what we got here.
TV's Travis here. So Val Kilmer's number one role, we can agree, probably Tombstone. What would round out your top 5 Val Kilmer roles in movies?
Okay. For me, great call. Iceman's a big one in
for sure.
In your Top Gun.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and put in there
Nick Rivers? Nick. It's Nick, but I can't remember his last name in Top Secret.
Oh, right. So I can be up in there. I don't know if I'd top 5 it. It's such a unique... That movie's weird because it doesn't need him for it, though. You know what I mean?
No, but what makes him so great in it is that he is the straight man without being the straight man, right? He's this, all the stuff that happens around him doesn't seem weird to him, and he keeps it straight. Like, he basically plays it so straight, as opposed to and come on, Real Genius, I'm going to put up in that top 5 as well, because it deserves to be there. But he's laughing, kind of joking about the whole thing as he's doing it. But in Top Secret, I will defend the fact that he has to be the straight man in the Zucker Brothers movie, which is tough.
Fair point. I think saying movies instead of roles is probably a good thing to do. If I was saying roles, I would do his Jim Morrison. I would put in Heat would be in there. The character he played in Heat.
Oh, Heat, fantastic. Yeah. I probably wouldn't. I mean, The Doors was good. I care so little about The Doors. They're like one of my least favorite bands from that era because they I don't know, overwrought. Over dramatic.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang's great.
Yeah.
I don't like The Saint, but I know a lot of people really like The Saint, so I'll let The Saint happen. I just don't like it. It's not his fault. It's just a movie that puts me to sleep for some reason.
I like Bombi has a really good list. Real Genius, Top Secret, Heat, Tombstone, Top Gun.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'd still put...
But you'd put Kiss Kiss Bang Bang instead of Top Secret.
Yeah, I think I would. Right? Yeah, I loved his role in that. You know what else he was really good in? It wasn't TV. It was TV, though, but he was the voice of Kit on the reboot of Knight Rider. And he was the best part of it. Like, everything else in that was okay, but Val Kilmer's Kit voice really put it over. I loved it. It was great. Batman's not in there because Batman's a piece of shit movie he was in.
Yeah,
Batman Begins.
It wasn't because of him it was bad. It was because it was not Bruckheimer.
Nipple guy.
Schumacher.
Yeah, that movie sucked.
It really sucked. It was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Good soundtrack, but bad movie.
Yeah. Here's
Monica says he was very little in Top Gun, but the times he's in Top Gun, like when he snaps his teeth at Tom Cruise. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and I loved his Maverick appearance, and what a great way to go out on that character. It was really good. Was he the hottest Batman? Sure. Like hot levels, probably put him up there. But he's not the problem with Batman Forever. It's not his mistake.
No.
That's just a piece of shit movie.
Call now.
Here's one text from Red Lynx who says, "Hi Scott and Brian, I'm out here in Tigard, Oregon, rather. Tigard, that's cool. I like that.
Tigard, yeah. The wonderful thing about Tigard is a wonderful thing.
That's right. The best thing about it is we're hearing from this dude there. Anyway,
that's right.
And they just picked up my recycling. No pee involved. Says my question is, what was the first video game you ever played? The first game I ever played was Pong. Charge the ship's phasers, says Red Lynx. I think that if I am to go way back and remember, it's probably also Pong. Now that I think about it.
I think so. I mean, I'm trying to think of when we got a Pong hook up to the TV thing versus when I got like a Merlin or any of those little small electronic game kind of things. They'll probably be after the little handheld kind of things.
The little a Mattel football and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it would have been Pong for me. The first arcade game I ever played was that Space War thing where it was you versus another player.
Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
And it was so good. Yeah.
Black and white vector, right? I think.
Correct. And it was almost like the shapes of the things were almost like the Enterprise versus a Star Destroyer, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was really big
one
too.
Triangular, the other one was like a Star Trek, round with nacelles on the back kind of thing.
Let's see if I can find a cabinet, because I remember them being massive.
And the cabinet was like it came from an alien place. Like it was all organic looking and stuff.
Here's the one I remember. It's a little more boring.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Yes.
Yeah. And if you go down to the let's get zoom. Whoops. Yeah. I'm going to zoom in on the controls because that's.
Oh my God.
I think they were just buttons, right? Yeah.
They were buttons that were like not even the regular arcade buttons. They were like little square chip buttons.
They were bad. I mean, this was early, obviously, but it felt like you were on a Star Trek console. That thing was so big.
Right.
Just
and
massive.
Nothing more spacey looking than the stencil font.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be MASH. That could be Space War. Who knows?
Right.
First arcade game for me was probably Space Invaders in my garage. I think when my dad first got in the business, and that was a pretty awesome time to be alive. So there's that.
Oh my God! Here you go. By the way, I found here's video of the gameplay if you want to put it on the show.
Sure, let's do it.
There's a link right there. If you start at like 25 seconds in.
Let's see. Pull it up here. Pull it over there. Oh, the screen's not right. Let me fix this real quick here. I forgot I changed.
Oh, yeah, and that little star in the middle was gravitational, so you could, like, rocket yourself around and stuff.
All right, there we go.
But there you go. It is a Star Destroyer versus versus the Enterprise.
Oh, right. And you're right about the star. It had, like, gravity.
Yeah.
It had some math in there to pull you. I remember that. I was fascinated by that because it actually pulled you toward it, and it would sling you like it just did right there. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the memories. Let's see if there's volume. Is there any audio on this? Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice move. Nice move.
I know. I like the gunfire is just like you whacking somebody's butt with a wooden paddle.
Oh, this game was great. Listen to that terrible sound. The cool, like, guttural sound of the thrust is very cool.
Yes. Yeah.
But the shooting is shit.
Yeah.
Listen to that. That's great. I love that.
Oh man, I love that game. Jeez.
Space Force is great. Great question. That really got us down a hole there. All right, we got one from Dr. Nikki of all people. Fantastic.
Oh, good.
Can't wait to hear this.
Sheep's brains.
Hi, Scott and Brian. I'll try and make this quick. This is in reference to you and Bobby debating over whether time is real or not. I thought I could bring a different perspective of what I'm teaching my students in my comparative neuroanatomy course this semester. So we try to differentiate human intelligence from animal intelligence. And there's lots of different ways that students think that those are. I'll let you pause here to think about what makes us unique in terms of intelligence. And now you're back. So obviously tool use is one, but other animals can use tools, and language is another, but other animals have language. The main thing that differentiates us is that we can communicate solutions to problems to other members of our species, but specifically referring to the past and the future. One of my students' answers was, humans are more intelligent because we can build buildings. And that is kind of the answer, in the sense that we have accumulated so much knowledge over time through communication of the past and the future that we now have enough knowledge to build buildings. If time was not real, we could not build buildings because we wouldn't be able to have all of that knowledge within one lifespan to build a building. Does that make sense? I think so.
Termites, though?
The only question we can't answer is if dogs have brains, because I really wanted to know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, this is good. This reminds me of when I was, there's a thing about mice, like computer mice, and how this is relatively a simple thing. You can go buy one for as low as $20 now, no big deal. But what it actually represents is a massive amount of human, maybe hundreds of human years of learning. Like if you put a rock next to this and a mouse next to this, well, what's the difference? Well, the rock, one or two people could have found and saw that it had a hard edge, and now you can cut leather with it. The mouse took thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people over a span of time, building on top of what had already been done, looking toward a future of a better version. Like one dude can't go outside and just make this in 10 minutes.
Right. No, it takes knowing, like, all right, well, we need something that can translate to the screen, and it's got to be ergonomically shaped, and it's got to have this, and it's got to have that, and
yeah, it's crazy stuff. I love that stuff.
I like that. But Rainbow Bright says, it's true. Animals live in the present. Exactly. If cats could talk, if cats could speak our language, their comments would be, "I'm hungry. I'm tired." Da da da. Not, "Oh, why don't you let me sit in your lap like yesterday when it was, when I sat in your lap then," kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and it's and the build. I hadn't really thought about it. The building buildings is a perfect.
Yeah, but beavers
example.
Build dams. Termites make buildings.
Yeah, but they don't make indoor plumbing. They don't have electricity. They don't have all the complexities of a modern building. But you're right. On a rudimentary level, it's like, well, yeah, bees are doing it with their own bee vomit or whatever the hell they do.
Right, exactly. Creating a safe space to protect yourself from the elements, but going beyond that, what we've learned as a society, as a civilization, to put those amenities inside that structure that protects us.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's wild what we've done as people. Now let's see if we can keep it going and not kill ourselves. That'd be great.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Good luck with that, everybody. That's going to do it for today. That's going to do it for Call Now. Thanks, everybody, for participating. We'll be doing that again. I think that worked really well, actually. So I'm pleased with how that functions. We will do it again next time we have an open slot. And for now, we leave you with this information. Coverville today at noon. You've heard it. You'll love it. You go there. You get your Black Francis on, okay? That's happening at noon at twitch.tv/Coverville. At 1 p.m. right here at frogpants.tv, you'll get a brand new episode of Core where we are doing the big Nintendo Switch 2 breakdown. Everything we know, everything we learned, and all of our thoughts around it, including your feedback today at 1 p.m. Expect a nice beefy show, so that's going to be great. TMS Friday for patrons of this show, that's happening regardless of anything, and that will happen at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So be here. I'll put a link up in the Discord, or excuse me, not the Discord, the Patreon. Thank you. That'll go up today so that you are ready for it and can be there live. And then finally, Film Sack this weekend, The Electric State on Netflix.
That's right. Watched it last night, and I'm not going to say anything except there's some really, really cool robot design in that movie.
It's all based on that one dude's art, right? That cool, what's his name?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got a whole, he also inspired some Prime show that was on that you and I both liked, whose name I cannot remember now.
Huh.
Electric State Artist. I'll find it. I'm going to find his name, and then you're all going to want to seek this out. Here it is.
While you're looking,
Simon Stahlenberg, or Stahlenhag is his name. Swedish artist known for his retrofuturistic digital art, combines nostalgic landscapes with sci-fi elements. His work has inspired graphic novels, Netflix films, Prime series, blah, blah, blah. So,
what was the... Tales from the Loop. Yes.
Yeah, Tales from the Loop. Remember that?
Tales from the Loop was so good. Yeah.
And so when you see, I'm going to send you one of these. You see this, and you'll immediately know who I'm talking about. Let's see. Yeah, here we go.
That's right. Tales from the Loop basically had those images, or like stuff from his artwork,
like his actual art. Exactly. So like stuff like this, where it's like spaceships and a truck. Like old and new mixed together, and hyper realistic, but also stylistic. In fact, so the big giant walking robot in the thing you just saw was inspired by this painting right here. This was just a single painting.
Oh, yeah, and that's actually so that's a painting. Yeah, you get that basic thing in the movie.
Yeah, that's just one of the characters in the film, I guess, right? Or not character, but you'd have to tell me because I haven't seen it, but. Yeah. I am excited to see it just for that alone, and I will appreciate that stuff on its own, I think, even if the movie's not that great.
Also, Daily Music Headlines. Today is technically the last official Thursday that I'm doing. Eileen steps into the Thursday role going forward to lend some real legitimacy to the show, honestly, and some real professionalism. But she'll be doing Thursdays, and find out the name. A little tease for today. Dolly Parton is working with Khloe Kardashian's clothing line and came out with a new line of Dolly Parton inspired denim and gingham outfits. And I'm not going to tell, you'll have to listen to the show to hear the name associated with it.
Boobies. No, probably not that.
Definitely not boobies.
Okay, that's a shame.
But it is a play on one of her songs.
All right. I'm lean instead of Eileen. No?
The song is not called Eileen.
Oh, what's it called? Oh, Jolene.
Jolene.
You said Eileen, I got confused. All right, that's it for the show. Thanks, everybody, for listening. If you're looking for any way to support us, find us, have us, do us, whatever, it's at frogpants.com/TMS. Brian, take us out with a song, damn it.
Yep. All right, here we go. This one's going out to our favorite Canadian, at least the Tadpool's 13th favorite Canadian, Jeff Sire, who says, this is a cover of Stan Rogers' Northwest Passage by Canadian metal band Unleash the Archers. I've ridden across Canada on my motorcycle several times, and different versions of the song have always been in my iPod rotation on those trips. I told Brian once that just hearing this song makes me want to put on my big furry hat, grab my snowshoes, and start walking north. In the current situation, I won't say any more. You could just use your imagination in words like never and elbows. Keep your stick on the ice, signed Jeff.
Nice. Always good to hear from Jeff.
Absolutely. And here's when I put this song in the playlist to put on the show, it said, "Oh, you've played this one before." And then I looked and it's like, "No, I've played it 4 times or 3 times before." So this is the 4th airing of this song over the course of the years we've been doing TMS, and we've been playing covers. And it's fine. It's fine because I love this song. From Unleash the Archers and the single of the same name from 2019, here is Northwest Passage.
Once upon a time, there was a hero named you. Find the next step of your quest at frogpants.com.
I can't help you.